What's up, Whoopers? I'm Vice, and I'm here to present a deck that I've been working on for over a week now. It's taken a few different forms, and I think we've reached the final form. It's Machamp and it's Lucario. You put those names together, and it's Mario. Super Mario. What is this deck all about? So, I think we all remember this Machamp. There was a lot of hubbub on Twitter about this Machamp being really good for the pre-release format. Crisis Muscles on Machamp says if your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining, it gets 150 extra HP. So it's a really tantalizing prospect to present a board of 1 prize attackers at the very end of the game with 300 HP. And Strong Arm Lariat allows you to do 100, and then you can do 100 more, but you won't be able to use the attack on the following turn. So the idea is you sort of calculate and time when to do the extra damage or not. Perhaps look for a moment where the Machamp is almost definitely getting knocked out on the following turn. You extend the damage with Strong Arm Lariat, and you sort of work around the weakness of that attack there. And even if you don't, even if you're in a situation where you do need to do the 200 damage and you want to preserve the Machamp, you could always retreat or use Air Balloon to pivot on out into like another Machamp, for example. Now, of course, Machamp only really comes into its own in the later stages of the game, so you need something to get you there. And I've tried a few different things. I've tried pairing it with a few different Pokemon. For a while there, we had Cramorant and Comfey in the deck to give you something to do in the early game. But what I've settled on is running a nice and healthy 3-3 line of this Lucario, which has been around for a little while now. It came out in Brilliant Stars, I believe. Roaring Resolve accelerates energy from the deck to the Lucario, and Aura Sphere Volley does 10 plus 60 for each fighting energy you discard. So it can present a lot of damage early, but at the very least, a steady amount of damage in the early game in order to soften up your opponent's board and get it ready for clean up with Machamp on the tail end of the game. We're using a 2-2 Bibarel line for draw, Manaphy to protect your board from damage snipes, and you've got this Basculin here, which I thought might be an interesting idea. Just if you go second, search your deck for basic Pokemon and put them on your bench. You've got several outs to the Bibarel, so that's why I'm running the Basculin, just to make sure you can get that Bidoof into play if you need to. Your trainer line doesn't feature any quick balls because all of the basic Pokemon in this deck can be searched out with Level Ball. So we're going 4 Level Ball. Got 4 Incense because, of course, evolutions are important. And then 4 Ultra Ball here just to round out your utility and consistency in finding the Pokemon that you need at the right time. It also culls cards away from the hand in order for Bibarel to get bigger draws. And look, the other interesting thing is, despite it being a non-Lost Zone engine deck, we are playing the Colress experiment, which digs further and further into your deck for the cards that you need. There's been a lot of discussion around the utility of this card in decks that don't necessarily need the Lost Zone engine up and running, but instead just are looking for a card that can dig a little deeper into your deck for the cards that you need. And Colress's experiment is quite good at doing that. Its predecessor way back in the day, Sage's Training, was quite similar, where it looked at the top 5 cards and you discarded the cards rather than put them into the Lost Zone. And that card saw a fair bit of play back then too, so I would say that Colress's experiment has been pretty successful for me so far, and I would encourage you to give it a go in other decks as well. The only other sort of interesting cards to note here, Hawlucha is really important to allow you to get clean 2-hit KOs on the various VMAX Pokemon in format. And Spongy Gloves here is kind of a funny little one-of tech here. It allows Machamp to one-shot the likes of things like Radiant Greninja without having to extend the damage that you're doing. So I think you could argue for something else in the place of Spongy Gloves, but I do like it because you can Raihan for it as well. You can certainly switch this to a Choice Belt if you like. And the other card that I would strongly like to consider for this deck is the Grant as well, just to extend your damage that little bit more. Look, I've got a game or two coming up, And if you enjoy seeing cards like this in your daily deck profile viewing for the Pokemon card game, consider subscribing to the channel. I do this kind of thing all the time. So, look, enjoy what's coming up, and I'll see you in the next live stream or video. So, take care and goodbye. See you later. Card Game Grandpa tuning in. We're trying it again. Bidoof is not the optimal open here, but there is more than one air balloon available to us in the deck, so hopefully we can reach it in short order, but his hand is not looking that serviceable either, so how we go. We are going second. We do have access to a few cards here, right? So we can go Ultra Ball. We will get rid of this, and we will discard a rare candy. Okay. And just grab the Riolu. Put it on the bench. I do not foresee us being able to play that Raihan before I want to get it out of our hand. So I am just going to play the energy down. And then we'll see what the turn following has in store for us. No energy played by the opponent is interesting. In any case, as you can see, we are struggling a little bit with our setup. But Bibarel for a fresh 5 will make things easier. I'm going to use Roaring Resolve now because we're not trying to search for an energy on this turn. All we want is some kind of draw supporter and a way to retreat. So let's see what we get off this Bibarel. We got a draw supporter and some way to retreat. Did not ask for much, and yet we received. Let's go Colress. That is an awful, awful set of cards. Go 1, go 2, 3. We're going to have to loss zone those. However, we are in a reasonable position because we just like Aura Sphere volley here. Get the KO, no problem. And we could have even gotten a KO on the VStar if our opponent had evolved. So I'm pretty happy with the trajectory of the game so far, despite the sort of awkward open we had to play through there. Now that is a line that only Lucario Machamp can do. You couldn't really get a line like that with Cramorant, not as quickly. Here comes Starbirth, looking for a couple of cards to help them dig out of this situation. Double Turbo comes down, and a Bird Keeper is the supporter, looking to Trinity Charge for the turn. But that also means that this Arceus is going to get knocked out, and they'll be down to 2. And then this is on the bench ready to be knocked out. So I guess like you run out of options quite quickly, right? We're going to bench this. And we'll start with a Colress here. I don't want to use Roaring Resolve just yet. Take this. I'll take this. Kind of want to take Ordinary Rod. But I also don't want to lose that candy. So we'll play it like this. Now what? Wait, did I miss an opportunity to win sizes this turn? Possibly. Okay, well. I have to think about the turn upcoming. But it's very tempting to just... So we might do this. Okay. And then we'll Aura Sphere. We might just have a turn where we just use the Basculin attack. In any case, it's not looking too dire, but it is certainly looking good for us. Right, the Marnie comes out and it's a little unfortunate, but we do have Bibarel. We were expecting kind of an awkward turn on the turn following, so some good cards here going to help us maneuver, look for a way through. Do have the Bibarel with the Air Balloon. That's going to help us deal with this. I think Hawlucha comes down and Riolu comes down. We'll play a Level Ball here. Grab another Machop. Okay. Play this. Done. I'm going to keep the incense in hand and just draw 4. And that's why. I want to... Do I want to do it though? Not really. I want to do this. And we played the Riolu this turn, so there's nothing we're doing with that. I'm going to put the Basculin active. It's the least useful card in hand. End the turn. Basculin ideally gets knocked out, and then we play a Bidoof. They're going to be in trouble because Machamp presents a very annoying situation for the linearity of this deck, right? It's quite good into multi-prize matchups, but not against us. They're going to target down the Riolu, and we're comfortable with that occurring. That's fine. Put this active. And then play out the turn. So, do one of these ones. Incense. Grab ourselves another Machamp. Okay, do some of that. I'm going to put an Air Balloon on one of them. And we'll draw. I don't really want to put down the Bidoof. Okay. Play Level Ball. I want Riolu on the bench. And then we'll play this. Grab this and this. Grab Training Court. Could grab this too. Do it like this. Yeah. Now we start to threaten a very awkward position. Do they have another boss's orders? Or are they going to be stuck pulverizing our active? This Arceus will be the end of them. And if they're not playing Volo, it is destined to just simply get one-hit KO. Seeing that Crystal Cave come down again is very annoying, but we are about to hit an important prize-based breakpoint. 3 prizes remain once they knock out the Basculin. Okay, very good. So I'm going to put this Machamp active. I'm going to do a few things here. So I'm going to put Bidoof down. And then I'll use Escape Rope. I'm going to put Machamp active, the other one. And we're going to put an Air Balloon on it. And now we're going to draw 2. And if we're able to draw an energy here, we can just boss KO. Nope. So, it looks like it's going to be a Raihan to here. Grab the final energy, I guess. a bit of a worry, actually. And we'll Strong Arm Lariat for 130. So, very awkward position now. Because thanks to this Hawlucha, even with this Crystal Cave healing, we will be swinging for 230 on the Duraludon. And thanks to Birdkeeper being the supporter for the turn, I don't see Machamp getting KO'd. Or rather, any of our other Pokemon getting KO'd. So, could be good. Might be in for a win. Tanking a 220 damage swing. Boss's orders. And we could grab either or. We'll just grab this one. And we'll swing for extra, just for fun. 400 damage. Big ol' KO. And the Machamp stands tall. We are going first, so I'm not really looking to open with Basculin. I think what I'd rather do here is take the Bidoof and give ourselves some draw options on the turn. So let's do that. We'll just hit done, see what our opponent has in store for us. You like the look of the list? That's good. Me too. I think it's alright. Alright. Looks like our friend on the other side playing some kind of Eldegoss engine in their deck. But nothing else to show for the turn. Alright, well. Lucario, evolve up. Might just take an early prize lead if they'll allow us. Bibarel, Industrial Incisors, is now on the table. And then I want to draw into an energy before we use Roaring Resolve here. If we use Roaring Resolve first, we reduce the chance that we'll find an energy. So we're going to do that last. A couple of Level Ball is a very welcome sight. We are going to use it because one of the goals of this turn is to, of course, find that energy. So we're going to thin the deck by removing Pokemon. It's one of the basic tenets of deck thinning. And now we're going to Colress and hope that there's an energy in the next 5 cards. There is. Good. I don't know if I need Hawlucha. What does Level Ball get us? Gets us like another Machop, I guess. Yeah, let's yeet the Hawlucha. Might not need it. Might be alright. So, Roaring Resolve. Take an energy. Thank you. Energy attached. Level Ball. We are going to grab ourselves another Riolu, perhaps? Yeah. And then it's an Aura Sphere Volley. The turn is done. Prize on the table. Tied today, you were both 5-1, but wanted to take all rounds. You just feel cursed to come second in locals 3 weeks in a row. Second's pretty good. But yeah, when you're getting that close to taking home a victory, you know, you really want to put it together, right? What are you playing? At locals. What's working for you? Uh-oh. It's live painting. Okay, so I like the Machoke development here. We can regularly attach, but we don't have to actually. So here is where I actually do want to start deck thinning, because we've got access to the cards that we need, right? So now I want to draw the cards out I'll do this. Right, and then I don't want to play the Ordinary Rod just yet. We do want to play Incisors, probably. I also like kind of want to knock out the Sobble as well. That seems pretty cool. Let's do that. And then we'll Incisors. It's like the one Pokemon that they've got in play that needs to evolve. Right? So we'll get rid of it and set them a turn behind on developing any kind of Sobble into Drizzile. Go Aura Sphere Volley here. It does discard all the energy. But that's okay. You played Arceus Rayquaza today. Last week was Lunasol, just to test what people were going to bring for Lost Origin. Yeah. Yeah, nice one. There are more ideas to explore with this deck. My friend and I were talking about it last night. We think Grant would be really good, but I've got to find the room for it. Alright, we see a trifecta of energy. Gets the KO on the Lucario. We are just going to promote Bibarel here because it has the free retreat. And now we have to consider, do we want to use Ordinary Rod? I think yes. We'll do both. 1, 2. 3, 4. Okay, we're going to finish the evolution to that Machamp. And we'll attach and grab a Lucario from the deck. Attach an energy. I'm very tempted to put this down, but I don't want to. Draw 1. Oh no, I shouldn't have regular attached to the Lucario because I had Auroring Resolve. Dang. That's a little annoying. But that's alright. So that sounds like it was peaking a little there. I don't know if I want to turn the limiter on. Maybe. I'm going to turn it on for the rest of this game and we'll see if that affects the audio or not. Let me know. Let me know. I could hear it in my ears. It sounded like the microphone was maybe peaking. It sounded very sharp in my ears. Not very pleasant. And if it's not pleasant for me, it's probably not pleasant for yourselves. Ultra Ball is a really important pickup. Happy about that. So we're going to go Ultra Ball. Get rid of Bibarel and Manaphy. Neither of them are important for this matchup. We'll take... So we are working towards having only Machamps remaining. So... This is a little spooky, actually. This is a little spooky. How do I play out the turn? That is unfortunate. Unfortunate. Funny. So this gives them an opportunity to catch up in the prize trade, but the idea here is to play out the rest of the game with Machamp. So once they take this prize, our Machamp does hit the threshold for Crisis Muscles. It goes to 300 HP. It's going to become very difficult for the Smeargle deck to get any more KOs with any luck. I am going to put Basculin on the bench just to empty our hand a little bit. We're going to try and hit something, but no dice it would seem. We're going to have to go and tank a hit with Machamp. See how we go. If they have boss's orders, then that's bad luck for us, but see how they go. I shouldn't have been getting so many energy every turn, because it's clumping my hand a little bit. This is where Grant would have been good in the deck. You know, assuming that I draw into it, of course, but... Live painting. How much damage will you do? Will it be enough? What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Enough, buddy. Regular attach. Take the Ultra Ball, discard these cards. Just grab a Machop. Why not? Thin the deck a little bit while we're at it. In scissors. Spongy Gloves is funny, but there's not much we can do with it. Very unfortunate that we're out of capacity to attach more. Hopefully we draw into a Raihan soon. Well and truly a KO there. Maybe it would have behooved us to actually retreat the Machamp, attack with Machop instead. But yeah, that would have been very good actually if I did it that way. People were impressed that you ended so well with an off-meta deck. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the idea occasionally, right? Occasionally you want the off-meta deck to come in and win the matchups that it theoretically should. Get you that win that you're looking for. So there's a KO from the Smeargle. It's not fantastic. We are going to put up the Bibarel and see how we can maneuver the turn. I'm going to put the gloves on Basculin. I've got nowhere better to want to put it. Air Balloon. Touch and Energy. Escape Rope. Anonymous, hello. Good evening to you. I'm going to go Machamp here. Then we're going to draw 2 with Scissors. The Raihan. What do I take here? It's got to be another Raihan, right? Going to chain Raihan into Raihan in this position. We've got like everything else. I'm not sure. Did I play the Machop this turn? No. So what I can do is actually this, and this. Intense fantasy baseball decisions to make. Well, I don't blame you for taking the time that's required. Strong Arm Lariat, no resistance. So we won't click yes to that question. And now our opponent is in a tough spot. If they don't disrupt our hand, then we're good to go. Boss's orders. It's the play. simply a waiting game at this stage. We have the right cards in hand to make it work, so not too fussed. If this Machamp is knocked out, we do have this Machamp on the bench. So, you know, it's a lot of damage. It's not enough, but it's certainly a lot. We're going to attach an energy, and then we'll just in-scissors. Now, Colress. I'm not sure if there's anything... Okay, yeah, we win. Thank you. Thank you very much. And we get the KO with Strong Arm Lariat. Hey, anime. You're tuning in just in time to see a win on the board for the Machamp deck.